CIOCS, SOUP 5, ITES SW2, 2GIT. These contracts are just a few of the many federal contracts Connection Public Sector Solutions supports. Connection's IT hardware, software, and services for federal agencies are budget-friendly and delivered with exceptional customer service, easing procurement challenges and day-to-day frustrations. Connection Public Sector Solutions, guiding the connection between people and technology. Learn more at connection.com/fedcontracts.
Hi there, I am Adam Kibas. You are listening to another episode of my podcast. This is actually, today is one of a very special podcast because it is the 50th episode of my podcast. This is amazing. I mean, this is something to celebrate. I'm here in Turkey, in Ordu. Of course, we are still in the pandemic, so those celebrations will some sort of be careful. And of course, I'm alone also, so I will celebrate myself in that sense. But it is indeed amazing, and this is the reason why this today we will make some sort of a special episode. I want to make a special episode for my 50th episode. This is indeed amazing. So woohoo, yes, we did it. It was not easy. I mean, if you look back, I mean, I came very far. This was something I wouldn't have expected to. I mean, that it would go so smoothly, because I talked about it a little bit. When you make a podcast and you never really know what is worth or how much you can say in one episode. Here at Spreaker it is 45 minutes. You can extend it, but it is indeed a very long time, half an hour, 45 minutes. So when I started it, I was not very used to talking about stuff so long, or at least about if you want, not about nonsense. I was not used to talking about serious stuff for so long, rather about nonsense and so on. So, but however, it is really great. I mean, I'm thrilled. These things, they do matter to me, despite the fact how I started this podcast. I mean, of course, this was in a way the wrong way to start with, just to some sort of ensure your identity to fraud attempts from some hideous characters to take over your identity. I mean, of course, they started. This is probably not the best mindset to start a podcast, but I sincerely believe that I did well. So it was, of course, little planning, because it was not really possible. No, not much was planned. I mean, this is what was some sort of later, some sort of, you say, okay, if I had it planned more, and this is indeed difficult, because in the beginning you really don't know what is possible, what you can talk about. However, it started out well, and I have indeed ideas for the future, which I would like to share with everyone who wants to listen. So there is a lot of stuff I want to talk about. I mean, this desire, what we have been talking these last couple of episodes. I mean, this was always a big wish of mine to analyze this, to some sort of engage with this topic. This is indeed very important, and other topics as well. I mean, I said it, like hate and all these topics. There is, of course, one huge chunk which some sort of opened up with desire. This was love. Love is indeed a very interesting stuff as well, and as well as military history. What I said, that a history of human beings, sadly, would be the history of violence. This is a thesis which I will probably try to prove, or try to argue in a sense prove. I mean, we are here in audio. I can only refer to some stuff. Again, I don't have much access to, because I'm not in the university anymore. I turned my back to the University of Vienna, and rightfully However, so far the podcast did indeed work out well. So I work alone, so I don't had anyone with me, or I don't have the psyche to work with everyone. I don't have probably the patience with work everyone. I'm a loner, if you want, and here in Turkey, this was indeed the perfect conditions to make this podcast. This is the reason, one of the reasons why I, if you want, rushed to make a podcast, because I knew in Austria I would not have the possibility, because Austria is indeed different. I'm not saying that Turkey is better, but I think the difference here in Turkey is you are still in your my own home, so this is probably the difference. Whereas in Austria, you have to rent with some hideous people, with some hideous students dormitories where I lived, which was just hideous, if you want to say hideous, if we want to be honest here. However, so here in Turkey, this is probably the only difference. It's not like that Turkey would be safer, or that they would some sort of engage me or welcome me with open arms. Well, I give a fuck, quite frankly. However, it worked out well, and this podcast was indeed amazing. I mean, it is indeed very long. If you want, and it takes a lot of planning. This is what you have been told. There is a lot of guides to make podcasts. I mean, they are true. We talked about this. I talked about it briefly. They are indeed very helpful. But of course, I mean, what you would need then is how to structure it and how to structure each episode. And I said this in the past, and I will say this again. It is really important if you make a podcast, that you do not go for an overview. Yeah, I want to talk about, let's say, about politics. I want to talk about hate or love without really structuring each and episode. I would lie if I said that I have some sort of succeeded in that. I mean, I still work some sort of hands-free approach. I still have a hands-free approach. However, the more you make, the more you talk, the more you some sort of analyze an issue, the better you get, the more structured you get, hopefully. And I always try to improve. I mean, I myself feel it in a way that my speaking has improved, that I some sort of, the more I talk, the more I speak, I stutter less. At least this is my own perception. So I don't know whether this is being perceived the same way. However, so it is improving in that sense. So, and we will some sort of continue doing so. I have actually a second podcast. This is on Anchor, so it is from a different host. This is not because I don't like a Spreaker or Spreaker. It is rather, again, for my own security. It has been proven that some people, they want still want or trying. This is what I see on social media, trying for some sort of take some of my accounts down again. This is some sort of not quite understandable, since I don't say here anything that goes beyond not only free speech, but we do not attack anyone. Of course, I have a lot of hatred. This is what I talked about. I try to analyze my own hatred. I mean, hatred for Austrians, and I try to be straight. I try to be serious about it. Really analyze it, why this all happened. And again, as more and more, the more I analyze desire, love, and so on, the more I get aware we are not finished. So hatred needs, in a way, additional episodes. I will try to come up with them and so on, so that we some sort of need to talk about psychological factors of hatred as well as social factors. We only talked about the definition of hatred. We tried to some sort of come to a definition, or we had a philosophical approach. So we only cared about the definition, but not really of the social implications, which I think is very important. So that we would have to talk more about social implications and so on. So hatred is indeed very common. So desire, love, and hatred, they are close connected, as well as other forms of hatred and so on. So these things, of course, they did not work that way. So let's put it that way. I am emotional. I'm indeed emotional. I'm not a robot. I'm not a machine or whatever. These things, they hurt me psychologically and emotionally. Hurt me. What happened in Austria, this was as well as a physical attacks. These were attacks on my identity, on my life. This was things happened in the University of Vienna which demeaned me as a human being, which were insulting, which were humiliating, and outright disgusting. This was racism. This was poor racism, as well as outside the university. So this is pretty much heavy. I mean, if you've been treated like that, and just to being able to just walk past this and leave behind this, well, I don't know, maybe some people are capable of this. I'm not. So I am emotional. I mean, these things, my life, at least, not only at least, but I am convinced that my life was ruined, that it was destroyed, and these people still trying to destroy it. There are still attempts, and you pretty much feel it. I mean, every time my accounts are hacked and so on, this shit does not stop. And this is it, despite the fact that I use indeed very that I use protective measures. So yet this is not sufficient as it seems. So you have to be very careful, and it is annoying. I mean, it is really maddening and annoying, and this again proves that some despicable people, organizations, and so on still can't let go. Let's hope they all drop dead in this pandemic, however. But of course, I mean, this is something I will not apologize. Never, ever will I apologize. I mean, these people did not apologize for me. These people ruined my life. So no matter whether they have support in Facebook, no matter they have support in Google, there won't be ever an apology for this. Never, because this is about here we fight for human values. Here we fight for human dignity. This is indeed very important, and we shall not back down. And I must not back down, because this is really the core of human rights. This is the core of individual rights, and it is of course what it means to be a human, and what it means to be treated as a human being. And this was indeed missing in Austria, missing in the society, and as well as here. So it was not different here in Turkey, and for that matter, I think there is nothing to apologize for. I am a victim, and these people should apologize to me. This is how I see these things. So, and this is serious things. I mean, this is not just something of my interpretation. I mean, what happened in Austria, what happened here in Turkey was and is outright hideous. There can't be no doubt of this. And the only thing that we are not talking about this is because it has been done by the left. Many leftists were part of this. I mean, only recently I read an article on Twitter of a newspaper which is the piece of the left, of the Austrian left, and it is partially responsible for misinformations within the society and within the people around. And they some sort of cited the Austrian former President Alexander van der Bellen, and while he was talking about respect and so on, well, I found this pretty much hilarious in that sense, or dubious if you want. I mean, the very same man who did not regard or had no respect for a human life then speaks about respect when it comes to a political scandal, respect of older people and so on. And the very same man who is a great advocate for vaccines and that everyone should get vaccinated apparently seems to forget that the person he tried to get rid of is the sole reason why there is a vaccine in the first place. So there is a lot of hideous stuff going on, annoying stuff, and this is indeed still. I mean, this is something you cannot walk past. There are still things which are pretty much annoying, and of course, I mean, I tried to hold myself back. I mean, I did not make stupid jokes about him or about what happened to him in a subway station in Austria and so on. I could have, but we did not. I did not. I choose not to, because I think I'm above this. I'm not a despicable human being like some of these people are, and it is in a way sad. I mean, these people apparently openly mock you, and so on. But to hell with them. However, so this was some sort of the background why we started this podcast, why I started this podcast. I mean, I'm alone, so you have a lot of time, and if you are here in Turkey, indeed, it is one day is very long, so you have to keep yourself busy, and time passes by very fast. I mean, if you keep yourself busy, I'm writing Wattpad stories, I'm on social media, I'm TikTok, making TikTok videos, music videos where I write the lyrics and so on, so and this podcast. So if you really keep yourself busy, time goes by very fast. I mean, and now we have already winter. I mean, it is October. I came to Turkey this year in January. I had to leave Austria because of the simple reason of the home market. I mean, this is always a precarious situation, and because of some hideous individuals which apparently are allowed to walk free the streets, despite the fact that they should be imprisoned. Well, however, I mean, the same you find here in Turkey. This is what is going wrong in Austria. This is why this is a failed state, and it is indeed understandable that some people in Europe, like in Italy, like in Spain, they do not like Austrians and Germans, because these people, they do not know how to behave themselves. The Austrians and Germans, they just do not know how to be decent in that sense, and I couldn't agree more. However, but hatred is indeed part of it. Hatred is indeed part of this driving force. I mean, if your humanity was some sort of denied, if your humanity, if you were being an equal, if in a society where rule of law is not applied anymore, where these people can do with you whatever they want, of course you hate them. I mean, what do you think this is? That this will be over with an apology? Well, I don't think so. This cannot be over with an apology, because if this is still going on, and this is about the future, this is not about me or anyone anymore. This is about human rights. This is about the rule of law. This is about humanity. This is about dignity and so on. And this cannot be just swept away with an apology. Yeah, well, we thought you were someone. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter who you thought, who I am. I mean, it is about you have to treat a human being as a human being, and this is something these people should have known, this must know, and we have to teach them that they should never forget to treat a human being like a human being, how we deserve, like the Geneva Convention, which Austria signed, and these people apparently disregarded. However, I mean, it is indeed this podcast indeed allowed me. I mean, I talked about this before. This allowed me in a way to speak. I mean, I'm not a very speaker in that sense. So I'm not. At least I'm not that talkative when it comes to philosophy, when it comes to politics and so on, because of my experiences in the university. So this podcast in that sense allowed me to talk about for the first time, without interrupted. I mean, if I was talking in the past in the university, I could not, then everyone immediately tried to interrupt me, and then I was even yelled at because I would not stop talking and so on. So it is indeed hideous. I mean, this rampant racism in Austria. However, but this podcast allowed me for the first time to really speak up my mind, or speak thoughts, share thoughts. This is rather for me. Sorry about that. So I actually do not really care who follows me or who downloads my episode. It's rather really about me. I pretty much some sort of learn more about me, learn more to handle my thoughts. I mean, this hatred was indeed something which was grueling, which was brewing inside me. I mean, this hatred against Austrian, this hatred that you feel that your life is being destroyed, this was something I have been carrying around me with all this long, and I felt this is really unfair. I mean, I really felt all this time this deep hatred, and I said to myself, I mean, if I meet an Austrian here in Turkey, well, I don't know what I would do. I would get out of sense. I would lose my patience, whatever it is. I mean, this hatred I have, I've been carrying it this really with me all this time, and it had indeed severe implications, of course, but it, with speaking about it, it really helped me to some sort of handle it. Because, however, I mean, again, you do not forget anyone who ruined your life. I mean, this is hell no. Why would? Because you still always imagine, while my life goes down the pipes, this person has a good life, enjoys life at this fullest, and so on. So this hatred does not disappear, and I think it won't disappear, because you're always reminded of this issue. You're always reminded, I could have had a peaceful life, and then the same people who ruined your life are the same people who are well off. Then these despicable people then come over and say, look at some areas in the world, they are even worse. Well, you are not worse. Your life is better than ours. God damn it. So I don't care whether. So don't come along and say, people in Africa and Asia or in Latin America, they have it worse. But your life is still better. You ruined someone's life, and you still have it all. So what reason? I mean, this is what you have to ask these scumbags. What reason did you have? What reason did you have to ruin someone's life? I mean, this is really annoying. These people really should go and fuck themselves. Seriously, fuck you. Whatever it is. I mean, it is annoying. Of course, to hell with these people. Well, and again, I mean, this podcast helped me in a way to some sort of handle my hatred and you have this hatred. I mean, if these people blatantly in front of everyone's eyes do these things like they would be above the law and so on, they just mock you. This is what they do. They just do not only mock me, but they mock society. They mock accomplishments of our civilization. People who fought for, people who died for freedom, for rule of law, for a state which protects its citizens. People lost their lives for this, and these people, they just come along and mock this and act like they would be standing above the law and so on. There is some sort of an integrity you owe to the history of your forefathers, of decent people who were far-sighted and understood that freedom is something you do not have for your own. You do not take out the best pieces of a society and some sort of deny those to others, so that we have to share common freedom, that we have to share, have to share dignity for each other, that we have to share some sort of respect for each other. And then the very same people, I mean, this is so annoying. I mean, this is so annoying. I mean, what a despicable human being comes across all on the news channel, whatever. Yeah, this is so without respect. This is respectless. How this been treated. I mean, the right person. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is so annoying. This is the very person who did not have respect for human life, and then he comes in front of cameras, talks about this was just this was just hideous, without respect. This is not how you treat another. This is not how we treat each other. Well, what? Now I'm really. I have to keep it together here, or I will use profanities. And now really, I'm such a despicable human being. Is this? God damn it! These people are really annoying. Someone. And of course, where does he say these things in their own mouthpiece, in this propaganda apparatus which spreads misinformation? This is what we are dealing with in Austria. This is not in America. In the US, the people say fake news here, which is some sort of, in a way, legitimize the press, whereas one has to be honest that in America there is indeed people or journalists indeed believe in a form of journalist integrity, indeed believe that they owe our public the truth, whereas in Austria, I mean, they are deliberately misleading and misguiding the society. And these are newspapers who claim that they are independent, who claim that they would be some sort of truth-seeking, would be not under the influence by any party and government. I mean, what a lie this is. I mean, this is what it is. What a lie. And you can see this again and again if you read these newspapers. All the misconduct of the far right is extended. It goes over and over. Yet the misconduct of leftist politicians, it's not even mentioned. And even those hideous or those people who have committed misconduct, have some sort of committed fraud and so on. Now they are all added up to the conservatives. This is what the news media in Austria really is about, and it's pretty much hideous. And now they are all immunized. We can. Everyone who opposes us is actually against the leftist cause and so on. No, this has nothing to do with far right this has nothing to do with left or right. There are some rules, some beliefs, some things like human dignity, like freedom of speech, which goes beyond every political party. This is above us. This is what we have guaranteed in the Constitution, and there, of course, is respect as well. But you cannot demand respect for you if you are not willing to give respect to others. This is what you have to teach these despicable people once and for all. Well, this is how it is. I mean, this is the world we live in, and this is pretty much hideous. And after what happened in Austria, I'm pretty much sure that every leftist government, and this is pretty much proven in the US as well, is something which goes against human rights, which some sort of dilutes everyone. And you cannot trust anything what these people say. And they are highly incapable. They are just incapable and totally incompetent. I mean, imagine what is happening in the US and then what happened in Europe. In Europe, all these leftist head of state, what they did with their governments, what they did with their countries, and so on. It is pretty much hideous in that sense, and annoying. However, I never thought that I would ever bring about change, and like I said, my hate goes probably beyond this. So I care little what happened in Austria. You are not going to change it, and I said it over and over again. I mean, it does not. I will not be able to change everything in Austria because, firstly, I'm a foreigner. I am perceived as a foreigner, as a second-class citizen. So if I say something that, if I say something that is not right in Austria, people immediately assume, I say this because I'm a foreigner. I say this because because I feel, this is some sort of a migrant identity. This is what everyone always assumes. This migrant identity, they always have to be opposed to mainstream and so on. Well, there you have it. I mean, there you have it. You cannot bring about the change. This is the change in this society have to be brought about by the Austrians, by their own people and so on. And this does not look like it. I mean, if you have some people in the left who say, whatever it is, it is excusable as long as we prevent far right, or as long as we prevent the conservatives or far right groups to succeed. No, it is a way. No, this is not true, because it does matter how you conduct yourself. It does matter what a human being you are, and it does matter how you treat other people. Only watch in the US how many people have to resign because they did not even half of it. And here in Austria, I mean, everything is a joke, and these people are openly mocking you. However, I mean, this podcast probably will do not make about change. It was never the purpose. So I think in Austria and elsewhere you have to watch for your own future, watch out for your own self. This is probably the best thing you can do. Protect yourself. And again, I mean, we live in the European Union. This is probably the only thing that's good about Austria, is that you have that I have a European passport. This means I don't have to live in this country, and I wanted to leave for Austria a couple of weeks ago because of the vaccine mandate. I mean, they are pretty much tightening the rules. It looks like that without being vaccinated, you won't be even admitted to an airplane. Probably won't even be admitted to whatever it is, enter or whatever. So I thought about this. I mean, I don't know whether I need to be vaccinated. I mean, I don't know. Is this like getting my own blood or whatever? I don't care. Or I don't know. However, I mean, it was indeed, I understood that it is a possibility that you probably won't be able to leave this, won't be able to leave Turkey if this goes on. So we don't know it yet, but it looks like so that there will be a vaccine date almost everywhere. Well, I don't leave much my home, so I don't care whether you eat in restaurants or not. Well, I don't eat in a restaurant. I don't have right now. I don't have the money to eat in a restaurant. However, for a couple of weeks I try to leave, and of course, every time when it comes to go back to Austria, I mean, I always say it's go back, but it is not my home. It is nothing. It is just a place where you some sort of have to go. And every time this idea came up, you probably have to go back and get this stupid vaccine shot, or else things will get pretty much difficult every time. Of course, you feel some sort of a restraint from inside, because I mean, this is not my home. I mean, I don't want to go there. I don't want to live in Austria, and this is something I really felt. I mean, in the end, it did not work out again. It is very difficult to get a home, and in addition to it, I mean, in Austria, when you land on the airport, you never know what's happening next. I mean, it is a crooked state. It is a failed state. The people dress up as policemen, as lawyers, judges, and you never know what's going on. So it is hideous and despicable, and well, you can't change it. And I don't want to live in Austria. I never wanted to, but else it did just not work out. Anything else, I mean, I'm still struggling. So it doesn't look that way that I will some sort of accomplish my goal, my great goal, to go into the US, to live in the US. This is something I really tried for a couple at time, but this again did not work out, because you still need some sort of money. This is not as easy as it was back in the days. They don't admit anyone, so you can't just jump in a plane. And yeah, you can do it in a way as a tourist, but you still need some money to stay there and so on. And right now, I mean, I don't have any. So those people who think I would be well off or something, well, I don't know anything about that. So it is indeed dire, but dire in that sense. Somehow you always think, in a way this happens for a reason, and maybe you should some sort of change your mindset, because in a way you always think about yourself, or I always think about my own future, my own forthcoming, not realizing, well, probably this is all already already gone. This is all already will come to an end, and maybe some sort of the last stance you have is some sort, in a way, do something good for humanity, and so on. Maybe it takes a while to change your mindset. I've been thinking about this for a while. I've been thinking about my future, or about the future of others, about the future of the next generation, and what it means to leave a world behind. I mean, to leave a world behind for them. What it would mean if they would have to. What it would mean if they would have to go through the same struggle. If they would have to experience the same hideous experiences I had. So what it would mean, and this is something I started more and more to realize that this is not about me anymore. I mean, this is you have here in Turkey a lot of time to think about these things. Are important. These things are bothering me. I mean, there's still you see here some Austrians sneaking around, some these despicable people. Somehow I don't know how they get in. We are in the pandemic. I mean, Jesus, it is October, so there is no beach, no whatever. This is the pandemic. This is COVID lockdown. Okay, it is not a lockdown here in Ordu in Turkey, but yet you still see these scumbags on the streets, and you're like, what the hell are you doing here, and so on. I mean, this is really it is questionable. Yeah, it is. You really have to ask yourself, and I think you really need to have a lot of patience to bear this, to look at this. I mean, this depraved culture and this depraved people, what they all did and with what they all got away with. I mean, this is I think indeed very hideous. I mean, what they did with Jews and all these people, all these poor people, poor souls and so on. Well, this is what it is. I mean, this is the people we have to deal with, we have to live with. But you have to ask yourself, for how long? However, I mean, again, it's not like that I could change anyone's mind, because as a foreigner, or I did not even manage to be accepted as a human being. I did not even accomplish that people treat me with respect. So all those scumbags who talk about respect, they were not ready to treat me with respect. So I could not even accomplish that task. So I don't think that I will ever accomplish to change the mindset of Austrians. Maybe I don't want to. Maybe I don't care. Maybe I just give a fuck. Whatever it is, whatever it is annoying. Whatever it is. I think that future will show. I mean, you never know. No one could have expected what would have happened here. No one did expect what has happened and so on. So future will tell. So you only see results after a couple of years. You only see results. Maybe after a generation, we never know. Maybe after a generation, we will will have accomplished that in Austria. People are more sensible for these kinds of things. People are more sensible for racism, and maybe the next generation will grow up with a media landscape which reports about racist incident, which does not help politics to cover up their tracks and so on. Maybe Austria will accomplish the task to arrive in the 21st century. We don't know it. However, I mean, what you of course want to have is that you want to have your peace abroad. I mean, I left this hideous country and I'm just still trying to leave it so that I have my peace abroad and don't have to deal with certain individuals. Apparently you have to do something else to get your peace. Whatever it is. A lot of things on my mind, a lot of things that just annoying, that's hideous and so on. But it's not. Future will tell. I mean, I can't tell. I mean, like I said, when I came in January back to Turkey, I expected something else would happen. Right now we have October, so we'll see. We'll see about that, and until then, I will keep making podcasts. I will keep writing short stories, novellas on Wattpad. So I will. Or I will keep myself busy in that sense. I hope that you follow me too, that you find some things I talk about interesting. Like I said, even though I say, I mean, officially, I do care about what people say. Officially, I'm not like everything. Officially, I do care who watches. So yes, if you enjoy my podcast, do so in the future as well. However, this was again another episode. I'm here in Ordu in Turkey. It is a rainy October day, so and we are in the pandemic. So those good souls out there, take care of yourselves. So there is never enough good people on this world, and we need every good soul we can get to make this world a better place. So bye. Ciao.
Using marijuana before the age of 25 could actually cause changes in our memory. That's because THC, the active chemical in weed, attaches to receptors in the hippocampus, the part of your brain that creates memories. Learn about marijuana at our website,